I already know it. I know we about to shine, cause we already glowing.
Welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic.
And your
And we want to punch Jim Cornette in the face repeatedly until he bleeds because he's stupid. We'll see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Don't get mad, I'm just really trying to get a kiss.
What is up, Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, universe of the world and Florida and stuff. We were gonna have some guests. We were gonna have Amy and possibly Miley. Miley couldn't find her way here because she's horrible with geography, and Amy, she up and went to Florida and didn't even think about taking us. But it's cool. It's cool. I'm not even mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad that, I'm in Pennsylvania, she's in Florida. No, it's cool. It's cool. But anyway, we're here to do our sort of on time, I guess it's technically on time, NXT review. More on time than we usually are. It's still technically the next day, but, I haven't gone to bed yet. So is it really the next day? What is time? What is time? I don't know. I'm not going to get into some deep, philosophical. I don't know. But we opened up the show basically with a similar video package to last week with Finn Balor returning. It felt like they changed it up a little bit, but I really liked it. It was one of the, best video packages I think we've seen in a while. And we see some pretty cool video packages on NXT. So, to say this one was the best in a while is, it was pretty good. Any thoughts on the video package?
Yeah, I definitely I liked it. Thought it was a cool little video package, kind of showing the Finn's kind of, I guess, change. I guess you could say. I guess is what we could call it. This kind of inner demon coming out. I've always liked the whole demon thing with Finn Balor. They've always done a really good job of translating it from normal Finn to demon type Finn. So I was just wondering what was going to happen with it tonight, and then that kind of surprised me with him just coming out. I thought it was going to be something different. For some reason, I don't know why, but I just thought it was going to be something different.
Yeah. So this was the opening video package. Then we go into the opening of the show, like the video, and then the first thing, like DJ said, that happens is Finn Balor returns, which it felt weird. It felt like it was way too early in the show. Like I felt like it should have been later on in the show or something like that, like in the main event or something. But he returned. He was cutting a pretty good promo until that idiot Elias Sampson came out freaking with his guitar and strumming. And I don't know if you felt like this, but I felt that like he got the loudest boos I've heard in a long time. I mean, even with his microphone, you could barely hear him over the insane boost he was getting. The heat that he was getting was awesome. He gets in the ring. He's conveniently behind Finn Balor, taunting him. And that whole time, I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting for that Pele kick. I was so excited. And he finally does hit it on Elias Sampson. One of the best Pele kicks I've seen in a long time. Any thoughts on the opening segment?
Yeah, I definitely liked it. I agree. It was kind of surprising to see him come out first. I think, especially with like returns and like stuff that's like promoted, you expect it to be promoted throughout the whole show, and then it happens. But with this one, it just kind of was right there for you. I agree. I definitely agree on the booze thing. It was definitely really loud. which is good. I know like we love to hate this character, and we're like, oh god, it sucks, or at least y'all do. But I think it's good that finally we have a heel that we can actually not like. Because for the longest time, we've had it just blurring the lines where like it's a heel, but it's one of those likable heels, or it's a heel that is just so cool. But with this one, it's just kind of cool to see a heel that's actually not only promoted as a heel, but treated as a heel from a fan's perspective. But I definitely like this segment. It was definitely a fun way to start the show. Shout out to Elias Sampson catching the guitar though. Good hands. We don't want to break it. We don't want to break it. It's fragile. But I like the hands. Football player, I guess. Maybe he just athletic. But I definitely like the segment to start the show out.
Yeah. Also, we can't see you again, so just so you know, your camera's being all weird. But anyway, we get next. We get a backstage interview with EY Eric Young. I'm still gonna call him EY. He's EY to me. From last week, even though this is the promo that they posted, I think they posted it on WWE.com a couple weeks back. So I don't know why they tried to pull this off as it was last week after his match. I mean, yes, it was after that match, but it was pre-recorded and they had already posted it on the website, so we had seen it. So I don't know. I think that's one of those things where, like we were saying, they tried to, test it and see if it worked. But then they kind of forgot that they had already tested it, so we knew. I don't know. Any thoughts on that interview? I'm sure you have already seen it too.
Well, I actually didn't see it. I don't know if I was like away from the internet for a good period of time where I didn't get to see it. I remember seeing like a thumbnail maybe, so I might have saw it on like WWE's thing, but I never got a chance to actually watch it. So I was definitely intrigued. I could tell if it was from last week though. If they were trying to pull it off as it was from this week. But I think actually this interview kind of regained some integrity for EY for me. As far as like I'm taking him out of the TNA realm and putting him into the WWE realm, where in his first match, in his debut, he tapped out. So I feel like it kind of helped him gain a little bit more integrity, just speaking on the mic and just talking a little bit, about maybe why he tapped or the reason behind everything. I think it actually kind of, and how he's gonna, get back up. He's still a world class maniac. He's still a world class professional wrestler. So I kind of liked. I definitely liked that they let him talk a little bit because I think it did regain some integrity for him just from his first match being what it was last week.
But was there intelligence? Was there intensity?
I mean, he hasn't gotten to the Kurt Angle 3 eyes yet, but he's getting there.
Just that one eye. All right. But speaking of eyes, did you look into his eyes? Did you?
It's hard to look into his eyes when it's not the same EY. It's not it looks the same, but it's not the same. And it's weird. I can't do it. I just can't do it. So I can't really look into his eyes yet. I can't do it. I cannot look into his eyes. Because technically he is still the same guy, but he's just not a heel, and it's weird.
Yeah. So we get a quick kind of backstage comment from Finn Balor. Nothing really about his earlier segment with Elias Sampson and what he had to say about Samoa Joe. He says he'll say what he has to say later on. Any thoughts on that?
Kind of like this kind of been a consistency thing with Finn Balor. The focus he's never really focused on the future, except for the Balor Club teases. He's never really focused on the future, but he's always focused on what's going on. So I think it was just a good consistency point from WWE here, for once.
Yeah. And next, we got a match just for DJ because, he loves American Alpha, a.k.a. Team Ready, Willing, and Gable, because I'm still going to call them Team Ready, Willing, and Gable, versus Hollis and Skylar. We've seen them a couple times in the past. Go ahead and you talk about this match because yeah.
Okay. That was American Alpha on one side, in the blue corner, you could say. Then there was Hollis and Skylar, and they went at it. It was aggressive. But anyway, I thought this match was still, to me, a jobber match, but it had purpose. There was a purpose behind it. Having the Revival come out at the end actually made it feel like there was a reason why you were putting them over. It wasn't just because, oh, they're really good, so let's just put them over this team who doesn't mean anything to us. At least now we're like, okay, there's something to it. It's building on the other feud that they're actually in. So that's why I wasn't too mad about this match. I actually thought it had a good purpose behind it.
Yeah, it was definitely good. I liked the match. It was a jobber match, but it didn't feel like the jobber matches that we've been getting. It felt like Hollis and Skylar, got a pretty good match in, even though they basically did get dominated. They showed some, not necessarily in-ring, work, but they showed a little bit of character. They showed like they could be built into something. I feel like. But next we get Shinsuke Nakamura, or however Justin says it, that makes it so much more offensive than it already is. The way he says it, I don't know, but he's interviewed and asked about his match next with Alex Riley, and how Alex Riley is getting ready to rage, and Nakamura goes, "Rage? Shaking with rage." I lost it. Thoughts on the interview?
Yeah, I definitely like Nakamura in his interviews. It's something where he doesn't necessarily have to say much at all. He can just say a little bit, and it just has something like a little pop on it. It's kind of like a one-liner, I guess, with the whole language barrier and everything. It's kind of like a jab, just a little jab here, jab there. I like it. I was definitely entertained.
Well,
Thanks.
As long as you're entertained. So next we get Alex Riley versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Definitely was a really good match. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as one-sided as I thought it was going to be. I felt like it was going to be extremely one-sided with, Nakamura just destroying Alex Riley, because I feel like that's how they've kind of been booking Shinsuke Nakamura, just as this, strong style, crazy guy that, nobody can really figure out. But, obviously Nakamura does win and defeat the just recently released Alex Riley. But it was definitely a good match, although I feel like, and I know we talked about this in the release video we just did the other day, about how, even though he's being released, he should have, gone into this match and, really gave it all he had, just to show other companies, what he has to bring to the table. I felt like he had a good match, but I felt like he didn't do quite as well as he could have. I don't feel like he really brought everything that he could to the table. He still did really good, and I'm pretty sure, somebody will take him, either sign him as in-ring talent or, use him as a commentator or something. He definitely has something for other companies to use him. But I just felt like, there was something, he could have, given a little bit more. But thoughts on this match?
Yeah, definitely. You could tell, you could see it in Alex Riley's like just his nonverbals, I guess. Um, he just kind of, you could tell when he came out of his entrance, he was just kind of, it was different. It was just kind of soaking it in, I guess. Just kind of like, hmm, I could just tell by his entrance that he was kind of soaking it in, I guess you could call it. But I don't know. I definitely, I thought the match was pretty good. Um, Alex Riley trying to disrespect him, but Nakamura is obviously not going to play that game. Um, so I mean, I definitely thought it was a good match. I still wish they would have did more with Alex Riley. I think they had something there with that character and that storyline in particular. They could have done a lot more with, and I don't know why they just kind of gave up on it.
Because that's what WWE does. But next, we got Alexa Bliss was in the segment. Alexa was in this segment, and she was there, and she was in the segment, and I saw Alexa, and there was some other guys in there, but Alexa was there. Would you like to talk about the other guys or Alexa?
Were there other guys? Did I miss this one? I mean, I remember the Alexa Bliss match, but I don't remember this. Because if you're talking about the Austin Aries,
Yeah,
Blake and Murphy segment, Alexa Bliss was not there.
she was.
She was not. I did not see her.
She certainly was.
She most certainly wasn't, because didn't Austin Aries complain about her not being there?
Yeah, and then she came in right after that.
I did not see that. I did not. I don't know how I missed that part, but I did not see it.
Wow, somebody skipped over this.
I didn't skip over it. I just told you. I just told you what happened in the segment. How can I skip over it? Explain to me.
What happened after this? What did this set up?
What happened after this was Alexa Bliss had a match with Ellen something. What's her name? Rachel.
No. It set up a tag team match next week. You skipped over it. Skipper of segments. You, sir.
I just told you what happened.
You, sir, are a skipper of segments because Alexa Bliss was there. You just are. If it was JoJo, you would have caught it. I'm just saying. But we go on to the Alexa Bliss match, the only match on this card of importance. It was Alexa Bliss versus Rachel Ellering, another second generation female wrestler in WWE now. This was a really good Alexa match. She was dominating. She is basically the destroyer of WWE Legend Daughters. That's her new nickname, Alexa, destroyer of WWE Legends Daughters. That's unfortunately, Noelle is gonna be coming up sometime, because Noelle Foley wants to be a wrestler, and I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that, because Noelle, I like her, I do.
How you gonna deal with Noelle Foley and Alexa Bliss in the same ring?
Oh man, oh man. Any thoughts on this match while I contemplate that situation in my mind?
This match was okay. It was okay. I still don't know Rachel Ellering. I don't know how to say her last name. I don't know who she is. But it didn't seem like it was as much of a jobber match tonight. Probably because Alexa was in and she's trash. But
What?
but nonetheless,
At least she can wrestle unlike JoJo. I'm just saying.
I mean, either way, they got the same amount of WWE title runs. Just imagine, just think about that, just for a little bit. Just think about it. JoJo has the same amount of title runs as as Alexa Bliss. Oh my goodness! Wow. But that's none of my business.
No, it's Alexa doesn't need titles because she has the title to my heart. That's all she needs in her life. Anyway, let's move on away from you disrespecting the best female wrestler in NXT. We get a backstage segment with Bayley and Nia Jax. I guess sort of starting a feud between them because like we've been saying the past couple weeks, we're not really sure where they're going with Bayley right now. It feels like they aren't ready to bring her up to the main roster. What else do you do with her in NXT? She's already really done everything in NXT. So I guess we're gonna have a Nia Jax Bayley at least match, if not storyline. Any thoughts on that segment?
I'm wondering what they're gonna do with this. Definitely. I'm excited for what they're gonna do with this. I I actually like this a lot when I think about it because I think my whole issue with the chokeout thing is that it happens too much. But if it happens and there's and you can build on it a little bit, then I wouldn't mind it that much. And that's kind of where I am with this. Like, at least they're still building a feud off of it. They're still building something with Nia Jax off of it. So that kind of, makes this worth it, makes the chokeout thing kind of worth it. So I'm wondering, is Nia Jax going to go over the next time they face? Kind of getting back, redemption and whatnot. I'm definitely intrigued with what they're doing with this.
Yeah. So next we get to our main event, Elias Sampson versus Finn Balor, which just seems weird saying that and seeing this match. I don't know why, but maybe it's just because 3 weeks ago Finn Balor was the NXT champion and now he's facing Elias Sampson. I don't know if it seems like this was like a one night thing, just kind of building Finn Balor up for his return, I guess. But I don't know why they would. I don't know. It was kind of confusing having him in a match against such a heel in Elias Sampson because I feel like they're trying to turn Finn heel. So I just don't know how they're gonna do that. But this was an okay match. It just wasn't. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen him, go against somebody like maybe Austin Aries or EY or somebody that you could kind of take more seriously in the main event kind of picture, I guess. Somebody, better than Elias Sampson, who we don't even know what his character is yet. But yeah, this was a tolerable match, I guess. Any thoughts on the match?
This match was good because what you need is Elias Sampson. He said it multiple times, Casey, and you just won't accept it. The first stage is always denial, Casey. It's always denial. And that's what it is, because Elias Sampson is exactly what NXT needs. I'm done. No, I'm still curious with what they're doing with Finn. Like you said, I'm like, wait, what? They're putting him against Elias Sampson to eventually turn him heel? Wait, what? Because I felt like with the whole possession character, like he's possessed about getting his title back and all that. I was expecting that to be kind of a heel thing. Plus, they kind of pushed it a little bit last week with the video package too. So I was like, oh, okay. And then they did this, and I'm like, Wait, what? So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is for Finn,
I,
especially considering he throws up Balor Club and Bulletproof and worldwide everywhere ever. Like I think I like dream about it. I see it so much now.
he does it everywhere. He does it randomly in the shower. He does it at breakfast. He just does it. It's a thing. But after the match, Finn cuts a promo basically on typical becoming NXT champion again. Joe comes out saying Finn doesn't deserves nothing. Regal comes out of nowhere. I have no idea where Regal was, but he just comes out of nowhere because he can do that. And he basically makes the rematch for the next takeover. I forgot when they said the next takeover is, but it's coming up. And the show basically ends with Finn Balor doing a dive over the top rope, kind of over Regal onto Samoa Joe, which was kind of cool. But I'm excited for the rematch coming up at the next takeover. Any thoughts on the last closing segment?
The next takeover is June 8th. June 8th. But I think Finn Balor should be fired. I think he is in a breach of contract for jumping over William Regal. William Regal said specifically he would not let this night end in pandemonium. And what happened? It ended in Balor jumping over the ropes and stuff. Finn, shame. But I definitely like this. I liked it a lot. I was really hyped when he did the dive. I was like, oh my god. I was real hyped. I was. I was wondering what's going down. I'm excited. I want to see what's gonna go down with this match. I'm really. They should have NXT Takeover in Lowell, Massachusetts. I really do. I think it should happen. NXT Lowell.
NXT Lowell. But see, he should not be fired because that had nothing to do with trying to start anything with Joe. He just wanted to get out of the ring real quick. And what is the fastest way to get out of the ring? You jump over the top rope. And Joe just happened to be there. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. So I don't think that he should be fired or reprimanded at all. Joe, if anybody, Joe should be fined for getting in the way. That's what should happen. And possibly stripped of the title. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, that was your NXT review for this week. I think 5/11. I think. I don't know. I don't know dates anymore. But yeah, pretty good show, especially for what we've been getting the past couple weeks. I know we've been talking about how the past couple weeks were really jobber heavy, and this felt like a solid show. I mean, we obviously had a couple jobber matches, but I felt like this built up a lot of different things and started different storylines and feuds and things like that. And I'm definitely excited for the coming weeks to see maybe if we get some more debuts, since WWE did its spring cleaning. So usually after they do a spring cleaning, we start to get a couple new guys coming up from developmental. But definitely excited for that. This is weird that we have stuff done and it's only like Thursday technically right now. So the next thing I think is going to be our next is it going to be
Next TNA, right?
Oh yeah, TNA. I got confused because we just did the TNA the other day and I don't know. But yeah, TNA will be coming up probably tomorrow, maybe.
No, we've already done it.
Yeah, we did. You confused me with we did. Yeah, we did. So the next thing is going to be the our next 6-pack on Tuesday, and then TNA on Tuesday. Yeah, so we're done for this week. It's weird. I don't know how to I don't know what to do with being done. We might have to add another video somewhere or do something. I don't know. But smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Don't actually smash it, because then you might break it and then you won't be able to like any other videos because that button will be broken. And and then if you smash the subscribe button, then nobody else can press it, and then we don't get any more subscribers, and that's just not a good thing. It's just not a good thing. But also follow on the Twitter that is not up here because Google Plus sucks and it won't let us use our lower thirds because Google Plus sucks.
ICW_podcast. That's PODCAST. Sorry, I had to do it because Miley and Amy do it. So I was like, you got to spell something.
MYLELIE. It is confusing. That really is confusing. I feel like it should be MILEY.
But it's the only way to spell it. So like,
it
shouldn't be that confusing.
No, it's wrong. That's why she can't do geography, because her name is spelled wrong. But anyway, we'll see you on whatever the next video is at some point, because I don't know. But on the flippity dippity, you will be seen by us and we will be seen by you. And Scooby Dooby Doo.